To enjoy this and other great episodes on Patreon, check out the link in the description and subscribe via the Black Kluge tier for full access to over 100 exclusive episodes. For those of you who would like some QF swag on TeePublic, t-shirts, magnets, mugs, what have you, also click on the link in the description.
I was having a great dinner, sitting there. My girlfriend says to me, I think at the next table is Matt Lauer with his beautiful wife. Whatever her name is. She's some ex-model.
I think it's Paulina
Rubio. Yeah. My girlfriend goes, it's like Shkavina Kavufa.
Yeah, it's an exotic name.
She knows all the names because, that's her industry.
Yeah.
No, she's a star fucking asshole.
It's like seeing. Oh God, that's my industry. Beth didn't do anything besides catalog modeling. No runway.
No.
Could you imagine? She can barely. The only runway I ever saw her do was those pet charity ones where she looks insane. She looks insane. Her hair is done, in like a really tight updo that was popular in the early aughts, and she just looks horrendous. Her smile is demented.
One day I might just tap you and one of the girls to do like an examination of Beth's looks. The only problem is it's visual. It's specifically visual to go through some of the things and explain why is this wrong. Like people complain and people bitch and we criticize, but as guys, we don't know necessarily. We know what we see, we know what we like. But for women, you guys are supposed to know about accessorizing and color matching and, what's in style and what isn't. And even that, what's in style can sort of be forgiven because if you have a favorite purse, if you have a favorite this, you can always make it work.
Well, style like art, it's what do you perceive and what do you like? I mean,
right.
There's a lot of different and a lot of different looks that can work well together. But one of the best things about people who have style is they usually carry themselves confidently in what they're wearing. They don't look like they just, raided a closet and came out in the dark. Like,
right.
It's so bizarre the way she carries herself. And not only that, but she you can't make somebody like you. And it was so foisted upon us that in how we perceive her. It's really odd when you think about it. Like, why are you so concerned about how we perceive her? You can't make a difference. You can give as many soliloquies as you want about Beth or say the beautiful Beth, repetitively in a mantra. It's not going to matter. We're going to think what we think regardless. So back off and let us develop that opinion on our own.
Well, he engendered that whole ill feeling by just kind of trying to like whitewash everything about her, and then making sure that we knew at every moment what her industry was and how she's the top of the field and this and that and the other thing, but also trying to be having it both ways. Like, she's really humble. She doesn't, she doesn't want she doesn't have extravagant tastes. The other thing is just because something costs like a pair of shoes costs $10,000 doesn't make it fit you.
Right. Yes, of course. It's nice once in a while, but look at, for example, Kate Middleton. She always is known for, obviously they're royalty. They can have whatever they want, but she's known for wearing items that are like $80 or less, but they're just really well tailored, or they just fit her in a certain way. And she accessorizes them with a nice hat or cute bag, but she's, good like that. I just think that Beth just it didn't matter how expensive the dress was, it always looked trash.
Yeah. And you have to, what's the expression? You got to dress for your body, your shape, everything. You have to, and you might need a couple people to help you. It doesn't matter as long as the end result is you look good for your size, for your weight, for your height, your age, your station, everything.
You also had these competitive narratives going, like you said, where it was, Beth doesn't like the paparazzi. She wants our relationship to be ours. Everything's different. Nothing's the same. Like that whole FHM article that we went over. But then at the same time, Howard's announcing all these red carpets she went on. Like if he would start a show saying, did you see Beth in Touch magazine? And she went to the premiere of okay, so clearly she doesn't want to be private.
And the other thing is, if you really want it to be casual, you let the press, if there is such a thing, the press at the time announce that, we got a picture of her at this thing, and it comes out organically. No one's going to fault you for that. Not a one.
Right. If people really were interested in what she was doing, it would organically happen where we are like, who is this person? And why do we care about her? Why is she likable? For some reason, she's quirky. We like her. That's not what happened.
Right. And pre-Instagram, that's when she would. Then she was always going to be angling, and she did try to get the kind of Joan Rivers red carpet thing, or when she was doing that interview thing with Chelsea Handler,
extra.
That's what she was definitely wanting. Yeah, actually, that's what she was wanting to do at least.
But she was terrible at it.
Yeah, she's awful on camera.
Her business. So I'm sitting there, and I'm getting burned up. I go, that son of a bitch, Matt Lauer. Now, I didn't see him when I walked in, but he's sitting at the right next table to me. He could clearly see me. He has a clear view of me. I'm sitting at the next table. Son of a bitch can't say hello to me. I mean, I was friendly with that guy when he couldn't get arrested. When he couldn't buy a hoop, I gave that guy work.
Okay, I did. This is the funny thing. I looked it up here. This is according to Wikipedia, guys, and I know it's not the be-all and end-all. From 1979 to 80, it says he was a news reporter and producer, WOWK-TV, Huntington, West Virginia. Howard has nothing to do with West Virginia. Any of these places, it's not. This is the early part of his show business career, shall we say. Howard's nothing to do with West Virginia. So, no. In 1980 to 1981, co-host PM Magazine, Richmond, Virginia. Like, I'm not going to read all the stations. 81 to 84, same, but Providence, Rhode Island. Again, two places. So until 1984, Howard.
Okay, so he's moving markets in the same TV thing or magazine thing.
Yeah. 1984 to 86, again, PM Magazine, but it's now in New York City. So around that time, maybe now Howard knows who he is, but he's already doing. And then it's co-host Made in New York. So he's co-hosting a lot of shows before he gets his own show.
So he gets on network television in 86 and 87, co-host of Fame, Fortune, and Romance, ABC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I want you to now that you have those in mind, and then it continues. Obviously, he gets bigger and bigger and more notoriety. Sure, WNBC, New York TV, New York City, 1992 to 1996. Wiggy's already at K-Rock. He's not at WNBC. He's since been fired from them a long time ago. And he gets bigger and bigger. So we're going to listen to the rest of the clip.
You saying that he was trying to ignore you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, why would he do that?
Like, it would have made me look good if, hey, Howard, how you doing? But the guy can't do it. He's so full of himself. Yeah. With that stupid job of his reading off the teleprompter.
What? Why would it make him look good or bad if he doesn't acknowledge you? He's having dinner with his wife. You would fucking hate if somebody came up to you during anything.
Mm-hmm.